Hi there guys, it's your boy 12 also known as Daniel, and welcome back to another video. So today we're opening this Keyforge Worlds Collide two-player starter set, which includes two unique Archon decks, which is awesome. So we're going to be opening this one up today. So I've been really getting into Keyforge recently. So I decided to buy one of these, always good stuff. So as you can see, we have a little rule book here, two play mats, all the necessary counters and stuff, as you can see. One's already fallen out, but all the necessary counters and stuff, just as I've opened it. I'll put that back in. There you go. So I've just gone through the box and undone all the plastic. I haven't really done anything else apart from that. I haven't looked in the decks. I haven't done anything. So, and we have another little piece of all the cardboard pieces you need to play the game. So these two-player starter sets are really good just for getting into the game and stuff. I would really recommend it if you want to get into the game. Like, it contains everything you need, including two specific decks. And if you guys haven't seen me recently on the YouTubes, that's because I've been streaming on Twitch. And I've been streaming on the channel called 12 So that is my channel. You can go and watch my streams. I do quite a lot of gaming streams. So that's Twitch. If you type in the Twitch search bar 12HAKOBYDEATH 12 you'll see me. You'll find me there. So let's start off with this Spike Runner, the Toymaker Knight one. Oh, I see. We have a deck list here. Don't really want that. So we're going to start off with Binding Irons. The opponent gains 3 chains. Little action. You're going to get a Buzzle for creature. Or, well, I'm going to get that because, obviously in Keyforge, you get what you have. Nobody else can have this deck. So, we're going to get a Buzzle, which is play fight. You may purge one of your Buzzle's neighbors. If you do Ready Buzzle, which is pretty cool. For 3 as well. We've got a Dendrix. Fight if your opponent discards a random card from... Fight your opponent discards a random card from their hand. That's pretty good too. So it looks like this deck is going to be Shadows, and Star Alliance, I think it is. Yeah, it must be Star Alliance. Another Dendrix. We're going to get an Iterome. Reap, destroy creature of the house with the most creatures in play. Pretty good if your opponent's ahead. Play, Misery Exploit, gain 1 for each damaged enemy creature. That's pretty good, especially if your opponent is playing a high damage deck. Oh, if I flip it over, that is. Return each creature to its owner's hand. For Hysteria. Library of the Damned, archive a card. Scullion is sacrifice a friendly creature, but it's 7/2, so that's really strong. Soul Fiddle, engage a creature, enrage a creature, so that's pretty good too. Oh. So this one gives you a name straight away. It's an upgrade. This creature gains destroy the most powerful enemy creature. Ooh, that's very strong actually. I see why, because you could just, I remember seeing a card earlier, which was, let me see if I can find it. So it could be either something like this, which is destroy creature of the house with most creatures in play, and if that's this, then that's gonna be really good for Soul Keeper here. That's gonna be such a good thing if you put it on your most powerful one. Trying to find the one that I find. Yeah, you may purge one of Buzzle's neighbors. That's gonna be like, this is gonna be a strong combo because this deck, it looks like, is about taking damage, or the dis part of the deck anyway, looks like it's about taking damage and comboing off that. So that's quite good. It looks like a nice little comeback thing here. Action: if there's a Doom counter in play, destroy all creatures with Doom counters, otherwise put a Doom counter on a creature. Fair enough. So that'll be nice. Okay, now we're on to the Shadows part of the deck. A Vinder, deal 1 damage to a creature with a Reap. If this damage destroys that creature, your opponent discards a random card from their hand. That's really good. Hit and Run, deal 2 to a creature, return a friendly creature to your hand. Oh, actually, this works super well now, because now you're dealing damage. You can use the Soul Keeper, because you can deal damage to yourself, destroy the creature, and then you can destroy the most powerful enemy creature, which would be so good. So if you put this on a really weak minion of yours that you don't, or a really weak creature of yours, I'm thinking of Hearthstone, a really weak creature of yours that you have on the board, and then use stuff like this to deal 2 damage and deal 1 damage to it to destroy it, and then you destroy the enemy's most powerful creature. Oh my god, that's very strong. I can see the combos of this deck coming together really well. So we're going to have Javinder, which is deal 1 to a creature. If this damage destroys that creature, steal 1. That's really good. And another one of those. And we're going to have a Mug, move 1 from a creature to your pool, deal 2. Oh my god, this is so strong. Another Mug. And you gain 1 for using it as well, which is so good. Ronnie Wrist Clock, steal 1. If your opponent has 7 or more, steal 2 instead. Really good for stopping your opponent getting a key. Trust no one, steal 1. If there are no friendly creatures in play, steal 1 for each house represented among enemy creatures to a maximum of 3. Oh my god, that's so good. So if I don't have any creatures on the board and my opponent has a ton, I can just gain 3 for them being ahead. Oh my god, this is such a counter-attack type deck and I love it. After you play Subtle Chain, ready Chain Gang. Steal 1, shuffle a Subtle Chain from your discard pile into your deck. So I'm guessing I get a Subtle Chain, or maybe not. Skeleton Key, friendly creature captures 1, which is pretty good. Subtle Chain, your opponent discards a random card from their hand. That's always good because you gain 1 for doing it. Manchigo, if you have 5 or fewer cards in your deck, steal 2. So that's a really nice one for if the game's coming to a close and you can win it, and it's very close to you winning it, you can just use that. Very good. Also, now we're on the Star Alliance bit. So Chief Engineer Wells, play fight Reap. You may return an upgrade or robot card from your discard pile to your hand. Good stuff. Another one of those. Just helps shuffle stuff back into your hand. Skirmish, Explore Rover may be played as an upgrade instead of creature with text, this creature gains Skirmish. That's always good when you can use a card for 2 different things. You have the choice, because it's almost like you have 2 cards in one. First Officer Thane, play fight Reap, if the enemy creature captures 1, that's always good. Lieutenant Kaka, Hazardous 3, and it has Taunt as well. Before this creature is attacked, deal 3 to the enemy. Jesus, that's very strong. This creature gains 1 power and 1 armor for each upgrade attached to it. That's very good. We don't have many upgrades in this deck, but this could definitely work. We've got Red Alert. If there are more enemy creatures than friendly creatures, deal damage to each enemy creature equal to the difference. That's a nice little card. Because if you're behind again, there's a lot of comeback mechanics in this deck. After a player chooses an active house for Sight Officer Kincaid, which matches no cards in play, steal one. So if your opponent wants to start setting up a house, you can stop them from doing that, or capitalize off of that, I guess. CXO Tabor, you may play or use non-star. Oh my god, that's brilliant. That's so good. Whenever you can use a house that is not the one you said at the start of turn, this creature gains Reap and ward this creature, and you gain 1 for using it. Really nice. And another upgrade, so I can see where the upgrade card would come in there, where it's like you gain 1 for each upgrade on this creature. That's good. Your opponent's keys cost +1 for each house represented among friendly creatures, up to a maximum. So if you have all 3 houses on the board, they go up to keys now cost 9 for your opponent, which is amazingly strong. That could get you really ahead. And this one is Transporter Platform, action, return a friendly creature, and each upgrade attached to it to your hand. That's really good if your creature is about to die and you want to save your upgrade cards and you use them on someone else. That's actually stronger and on the board, so that's really good. So that's the first deck. That's Spite Runner, the Toymaker Knight, which is Dis, Star Alliance, and Shadows. But now we're going to have a look at the other deck. Ooh, if I can turn the lights back on, there we go. Which is Mantisvelt, Carrington's Undig Mage. So yeah, this is a long video, guys, sorry. But it's Dis, again, Logos, and Sorain. So let's see it. I'll speed through this one, I think, a bit more. Binding Urbans, your opponent gains 3 chains. Always good giving your opponent chains. Infernace, purge up to 2 cards from a discard pile. Your opponent loses, to the Aember bonus of the purge cards. That's pretty good. You may move an enemy creature anywhere in its control's battle line. Then if it is on a flank, it captures 1 from its own side. That's pretty good. Because then if you move it to the flank, they capture 1, and then you destroy it. That's pretty good, because they don't get that 1 anymore. Misery Exploits, gain 1 for each damaged creature. That's again good if you're behind. And another one of those. Keys cost +3 during your opponent's next turn. Again, good if your opponent is about to get a key. And you gain 1 for doing it as well. On the Fringes, elusive, during your turn, after you discard a discard from your hand, you may purge a discard from the discard pile, and if you do, steal 1. Ooh. So that's really good, because, I mean, it's just after you purge 1 dis, and that's really strong. And it's only 1 dis for one of these, and especially if you're, 1 away from checking and getting a key, that's quite strong. That's definitely worth a trade. Obsidian Forge, you gain 1 for doing it. Action, sacrifice any number of friendly creatures, then you may forge a key at +6 current cost, reduced by 1 for each creature sacrificed this way. If you do, destroy Obsidian Forge. So then you may forge a key at +6 current cost. So you would have 12. So you would have to forge a key for 12. But then if you had so I guess if you had to forge a key for 12, but you had 8 creatures on the board and you sacrificed all 8 of them, that key would now cost 4. So actually that's pretty good. That's not too bad. But that means it resets your whole board, and that destroys a lot of setup you've done. So I'm not sure about this one. I don't think I would personally use it, but it might be a good one if it's your last key. So if you're on your last key and you're about to win, that might be a nice card to use to get into check faster. Oh wait, it's a forger key, so you don't have to check. So you just forge the key straight away. Oh yeah, that's brilliant on your last turn. Like if you're one away from winning, that's absolutely brilliant. You can just win with that. That's perfect. That's a great card actually. I just realized that's actually such a strong card. Spider gains poison when attacking an enemy flank feature. Always really good, and it's skirmish as well. Lord Invidious. Elusive. While Lord Invidious is in the center of your battle line, it gains Reap. Take control of an enemy flank feature and exhausted while under your control. It belongs to House Dis. That's brilliant as well because, as we said, you can purge House Dis creatures for +1. I think it was a card earlier. And if that counts as a House Dis, then you can purge that. So that's pretty good. Because it's under my control now. So that's perfect, actually. After a creature reaps, stun it. That's pretty good, and you gain 1 for doing it. That's very strong. Deal damage to each creature equal to the amount of damage on that creature. That's really good if you have a really tanky creature who's taken a lot of damage, and then you can just one-shot one of your opponent's creatures. That's really good. So now we're on to the logos part of this deck. So we've got Babbling Bibliophile, which is Reap, draw 2 cards. Always good to draw cards. And another one of those. And we've got Daughter, which is elusive. Drawing your draw card step, refill your hand to 1 additional card. That's really good as well. Like we said, drawing cards is always good. Then we can ward a creature with Hologrammophone, which is pretty good too. Information exchange, steal 1 if your opponent stole from you on the previous turn, steal 2. Nice little counter play. Really nice card, actually. Sanitation Engineer, hazardous 1. And it's Reap, discard a card from your hand. I mean, that's just... You Reap to gain 1 Amber and lose a card. Well, you get to choose which card you discard, so you could use it to combo into something, I suppose. So it's not the worst. It's definitely okay. It's not a bad trade, especially if you can combo off of it. Toto Vapors, draw 2 cards, archive a card. That's good because you can archive a card which you don't want, and then draw 2, which is pretty good. Wormhole Technician, reveal the top card of your deck if it is a Logos card, play it, otherwise archive it. Pretty good guess. I guess you have a pretty good chance of getting Logos. You have a third, 33.3, you know. Code Monkey, archive each neighboring creature. If those creatures share a house, gain 2. That's pretty good too. If you've set up your field with Logos or something like that, then you can just use Code Monkey and gain 2. That's pretty good. But also you're archiving 2 creatures, so it depends if it's worth it or not. If you're going to forge a key off of it, then yeah, definitely. But it seems like this part of Logos is all about archiving cards and comboing off of those archived cards. So this one is, after you choose Logos as your active house, archive a card. Again, like I said about archiving. Using an opponent's artifact as if it were yours, and you gain 1 for doing it. That's very strong. Chaos Portal, choose a house, reveal the top card of that deck if it is off that house. Play it. That's a really nice guessing card. And now we're on to the Saurian parts. So this is the new dinosaur bits, I think. So Star Alliance are new as well in Worlds Collide, and so is this house. So there you go. So we've got Axiom of Risk. Ward a creature, destroy each creature with no aim on it, gain 2 chains. That's pretty good. For 2 chains, it's not too bad because 2 chains is okay. Move 1 from a creature to another creature. Not too bad. Chant of Hubris. Odok the Patrician? I think that's how you say that. Capture 1, which is also good. And while it has 1 on it, it cannot be stolen. Your Aimba cannot be stolen. That's pretty good. That's really good, actually. That's a really safe defensive card. Faithfectus Ludo. Each other friendly creature gains destroyed. Move each Aimba on this creature to the common supply. Okay, that's pretty good. Rita Gallem. Your opponent's keys cost +3 during the next turn. Again, good if your opponent is about to forge. Reap, if you may exalt Rita Galim. If you do, your opponent's keys cost +3 during the next turn, so you can actually make it cost plus. No. I was about to say you can make it cost +6, but you can't play it and reap it on the same turn. So no, you can't do that. But that's still very strong anyway, because you have the same effect as you have for playing it, pretty much. So that's good. Tribute, play the most powerful friendly creature captures 2. You may exalt that creature to repeat the preceding effect. That's pretty good too, if your opponent is close to getting a key, and you gain 1 for doing it. You gain 1 for doing this one as well. Exile, give control of a friendly creature to your opponent. Again, if it's one you don't want, or one you want to destroy and combo off of, that's pretty good. You gain 1 for using this as well. Ritual Meteor. Destroy each dinosaur creature and each creature with power 6 or higher. I mean, that's good if you actually don't have dinosaur creatures on the field and your opponent has a very tanky board, so that's pretty good too. So Tribune Pompatus, before fight, you may exalt Tribune Pompatus and each friendly creature gains +2 power for each one on it. So it looks like these are about stealing Amber, putting them on your creatures, and then comboing off of that, so that's pretty good too. Favor of Rex, trigger the play effect of a creature as if you had just played it. That's super strong, and you gain 1 for using it as well. That's a really strong card, I think. Good of the Many, destroy each creature that does not share a trait with another creature in its controller's battle line. That's pretty good too. If you have a board set up with one house and your opponent doesn't. Because normally houses have the same traits. And sorry about that is play destroy creature, its controller gains 1. So that's pretty good too. So yeah, so these are the 2 decks I got today in this Keyforge Worlds Collide player set, and of course we got all of the core counters and stuff and deck mats. But yeah, I know it's been a long one today. We did have 2 decks to get through, but there you go. As always, I haven't been posting here as much, but that's because I've been streaming on Twitch. So 12 Huckabee Death in the Twitch search bar 12HAKOBYDEATH. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio!